joking. I'm like, no, and it was an honest mistake. Dude, how cool was that game? That was fun to work, right? What? No, we're good. Yeah, go enjoy your game and just give it to Wes. Good luck. You want to stand here? All right, look. All right. Yeah. Yeah. We're ready. Hey. We're ready.
No, not only that, you can hear us.
You're looking live at the stadium rink here in Coral Springs, where tonight we have the College Hockey South Championship for the men's Division II on the line. The Tampa Spartans would love to go back-to-back, but the FAU Owls, the defending national champions, they will have something to say about that. Good evening, everybody. I'm Louis DiPaolo, joined by Craig Minervini, Devin Sarah in just a few minutes. Craig, should be an absolutely phenomenal game.
Yeah, it's going to be a great game. These two teams are both going to nationals. They don't care about that right now, Louis. I talked to both head coaches. Both of them were talking about the intensity of the rivalry. It's a little bit like Panthers Lightning. Tampa's been the team to beat in terms of the College Hockey South. FAU wants to change that story tonight. It's safe to say these two teams, and Devin knows as well, do not like each other.
No, we had 6 disqualifications the last time we saw these two teams. Even the goaltender, Rocco Bruno, got involved. The problem with that was that they lost their top guys for a game, and they still had ability to go to regionals and win 2 games. What means in this game, relatively, just a College Hockey South championship, not necessarily a bid to nationals. Both teams are in. The story of this game, though, is how does Tampa do with what we presume is without Kyle Myers? How does FAU take care of things, get Rocco Bruno and Gunnar Stevens comfortable, and most importantly, keep this clean and win a conference championship that's on the line tonight?
Who is wearing number 41 tonight? Kyle Myers obviously not out there. He's in a lot of pain. They had to dress the second goalie.
Yeah, they brought up their backup goalie from the D3 team, and he will back up Eddie Zane.
And Zane just got called up from the D3 team.
And you guys just called the game before where their backup goalie in the D3 played unbelievable.
He was phenomenal. He stopped 48 of 50 shots. So this game right now means everything, like you said. These two teams don't like each other. It's the conference trophy. They want momentum going into St. Louis. Now, the goaltender situation for FAU, a little bit different story. They got 2 really good, healthy goalies. Rocco Bruno got a DQ for giving a guy a shot in the chops. The senior Gunnar Stevens comes in, wins those 2 games, goes to Cincinnati, wins those 2 games, and then Rocco comes in this week and beats Florida.
Yeah, and Gunner's going to get the start tonight. He's been terrific talking to the coach. Those 2 wins in the regionals show sometimes you go with the hot hand, and no question, Devin, right now the hot hand is the big 6'5" Gunnar Stevens.
No doubt, and Rocco Bruno, a phenomenal win over Florida 2 days ago. But what Gunnar brings is a size advantage. He's 6'3" and all. He can move in his crease well, but he's mainly the stand-up guy. And when you look at having a 1-2 tandem in a national tournament like nationals, you have to win 5 games to win a national championship. 4 maybe if you get a little bit of help. Gunnar can help provide that support for the goaltender of the year in Rocco Bruno. And I have no doubt that they have confidence in either guy, but you have to keep that going against a team that you'll maybe see at nationals in Tampa.
Seconds left. They're ready to drop. We'll have the and the national anthem coming up. The Tampa organization is jacked. The Tampa women, they came from behind. The heavily favored Tampa women came from behind and upset the Florida Gators. Well, beat the Florida Gators, not an upset. They came back and beat them late. We just saw the game of the season in M3 with the Tampa Spartans beating the heavily favored, formerly #1 team in the country, the Middle Tennessee Gators, to advance to tomorrow's M3 championship. Old Big Sexy there, that's Kuzlik on the bench. He would love to take home another trophy and follow in the footsteps of the other two programs.
And a big part of what Tampa does, they're going for 6 conference championships. They have been on top of this conference for a number of years. Nick Kuzlik told me earlier this week that a conference title is just as important because simply he told his team, we will not lose. We don't lose. They had some tough losses down the stretch, lost 3 or 4 going into regionals. They beat a hardy Georgia team. They beat an upstart Liberty team. Now they've got to beat this Florida Atlantic team with 2 teams that don't like each other. It's the best matchup in college hockey South, and it's a rivalry with everything on the line.
And FAU played them 6 games already, 2 series. The first one, Louis, they lost their first 3 games back in early October, 7-2, 5-4 in overtime, 9-1. And then Tampa then won the 4th matchup just a few weeks ago, 5-2. But FAU won the last 2, one of them in overtime, a blowout in the other game. And it's a different hockey club. Even talking to Nick Kuzlik before the game and Christian Long, both agreed. FAU in October is nothing like FAU going into March.
Sure. And you know, the tail of the tape to me, guys, last night we did an on-ice interview after the game, after Tampa knocked out the Florida Gators. And they asked Coach Kuzlik, do you want to play the championship Sunday, or do you just want to play it tomorrow night, Saturday? He goes, I want to play tomorrow night. He goes, we don't like each other. We don't need to play another game that doesn't mean anything against each other. He's as honest. You know, you ask an honest question, you're going to get an honest answer from Kuz. So we got 4 really good officials out here tonight, including Pete Flores. And then we've got a couple watching up in Savannah. I want to say hi to my friend, Mr. Tyler Totten, and his son watching up there. You were going to say something?
I'm just going to say, I remember you said that now. 4 really good officials.
Yeah.
We'll get your opinion during the game. Sometimes that changes for Louis.
I'm allowed to change my mind. It's a woman's prerogative. All right, buckle up, baby. This is going to be a barn burner of a game. You see Gunnar Stevens in the net. You see Zane in the net. What an opportunity, guys, for Zane. He stepped up last night, beat the Gators. Now he's got a chance to step up and win the conference championship.
Unbelievable starter for M3 Tampa this year. Remember the first semester, this team was ranked as high as number 3 in the country with Zane in net. And when he had to be good against USF early in the season, he was. But they've hit a road slide. Tampa late in the year lost USF. With now Kyle Meyer out, he has been the goaltender that needs it. He'll fly around. You'll see him move left to right in a hurry. Meanwhile, Gunnar Stevens, the bigger netminder, has won 4 straight, and that's what FAU feels confident in right now.
Yeah, not only that, Zane has got to sort of get comfortable as the Tampa goalie with Kyle Meyer injured. We don't know. Didn't look good, certainly, if he'd be available for Nationals. This could be the net for Eddie Zane, and this is an opportunity for him. I know Coach Kuzlik is trying to work on seeing who that backup might be, but it's a big opportunity for Zane, and Tampa leaned a lot on Meyer. Zane's going to have to be important for them to win.
Yeah, and if you're FAU, you know you're going to throw your best shot at him quick. As we get started, there's Baser right off. Nearly splits the D. Combe Trainer there with the puck now. He's got it. They stay on sides. Neuendijk. We'll see how much time and space he has tonight as they try a wrap right away on Stevens. Combe Trainer 93 there with that one.
A good effort for Tampa there after Baser nearly did walk in, Lewis. And on the wraparound, Gunnar Stevens, big guy. He's grown into his body here, and now as a senior, he was a little awkward in the beginning years, according to Christian Long. When he first came here, he's become a good goalie for the Owls.
Well, they are defending champs in Division II for AAU last year. Coming up now on that far side. Spartans stay onside. Get it over to Trainer. Excellent job right in front. FAU's got some time and space on the far side. Here they go. Drop pass. Neuendijk picks it up. Neuendijk is so fun to watch if you're new to FAU hockey or College Hockey South. 25 in white. His father, Stanley Cup champion, former Panther, former Dallas Star. Great guy. I think you talked to him this weekend as well.
Yeah.
Friend of Craig's.
Yeah, Joe is such a hardy, and he's so happy to have his son down in Boca. Much happier here, and that was the big story for him, becoming a club hockey player after NCAA Division I.
There's my Philadelphia Eagle buddy, Georgiano, down there with the puck. Fired around the far side. Nearly kept in by Tobe. He comes back here on the near side. Georgiano just turns, fires it on the far side. Fortescue there. He won the battle last night with his brother, the freshman for the University of Florida. Catone comes all the way back. We'll have an icing and a face-off. Sea Wagon on top of that one. 18:20 left, guys.
And for Jackson Neuendijk, you're going to see him fly all around the ice. He's a quick puck carrier. He has a wicked shot, as close to an NHL shot as you will see in this hockey game, but he can also kill penalties for you. So kind of a every which way Swiss Army knife, number 25 in white.
Yeah, 29 goals this year.
Seefeld in to take the draw. I'm not sure if his parents are here. Want to say hi to them if they're watching back up in Central Florida. Turn, that's dumped in by Griffin. Coming back to pick that up is Ziemba, Tommy Ziemba. Cycles it back down, up off the boards now, Pepe Seefeld. Nice pass on the far side. Seefeld going to the net, shot just missed. Cole Valise, the senior from Maryland. College Hockey South All-Star. Looking for the return pass, doesn't get it. Spartans lose that one. FAU's able to break it out and come out the other side. Vasiliev with that. Drop pass. Pepe going to the net. There's a shot, saved, covered up by Zane.
You know, it's a game of split seconds. I thought Stapert had a chance to get that loose puck in the offensive zone, number 81 for Tampa, but he just laid back, and he was a moment late, and look what happened. The Owls took the puck up and got a scoring opportunity.
I just love how they move the puck up the strong side. You see how they get 4 players there to take it away. That doesn't always work when you lose it, and you've got a wide open back door, but they have the last defender there. Great job of the Owls early getting their numbers involved.
Ross in to take that draw. Spartans able to win it. Valise now. Valise makes one move, rubbed out of the play. Great job coming back on that was Lentz. Turn fired right back in by Ross. Played behind the net by Zane on the far side. Spartans able to come right back again. Little feeling each other out, dump and chase. Tampa on a line change. They just misplayed on that one. Bouncing puck through center. Leandra there. Zahaline on the forecheck. Causes a turnover. They turn, they dump it right back in. That comes on Stevens. Pass through to Neuendijk. Neuendijk's got some speed. He's got Baser with him. Poked away. Great stick check there. Lawhorn coming in now. Bouncing puck on Stevens. He covers up. So cooler heads will prevail right now. We'll see how that works in the third period, boys.
Surely. I think Tampa, they do such a good job in the neutral zone preventing breakouts because they have a far defender and a winger to stop at the right line. If it gets past him, you have trailing support with your defense. But more importantly, that creates offensive chances the other way when they dump it in and try and crash the net.
Yeah, Lawhorn had a big game last night. He had a big poke check there to lead an offensive rush.
Moeller in to take the draw for the Spartans. We talked a lot about him last night, Craig, and Coach Kuzlik was saying he's the best stick handler on the team. Spartans control that. They dump it back behind the net. Biller, nice chip. Baser, Neuendijk coming in with speed. Neuendijk splits the D, takes a shot, rebound, picked up, cleared away by McCann. Coming right back. Baser looking for Neuendijk. High stick, played, comes bouncing puck, race for a loose puck. Coming in, splitting the D, gets it shot off. Terrific play, Moeller.
There's that speed, Lewis, that we talked about. They are faster, the coach feels faster than anybody in the league, and it's not one or two guys.
Fortescue just missed. Begier on that one, right out in front. There's Seafelt. Catone on top of him.
There may not be a more dynamic forward than Alex Moeller. Coach Nick Kuzlik has said, nose for the net. He has a wicked wrist shot, but he also carries the puck better than anybody. You see how they try and pinch on him, force a decision, but Moeller is so strong in his skates and has soft hands to get through that defense.
Fortescue won that. Bashir, Sea Wagon now. Fortescue in front, they bring it back up to the point. Fanned on that was Griffin. Unable to do anything with it was Georgiano, and they turn, they dump it right back in. Ziemba there. Leaves it for Murphy. Murphy now behind his net, cycles it again. Ziemba comes over here, that forecheck for the Spartans. Looks pretty good. Fort comes in, takes a shot, pad save. Georgiano just trying to put it back. Boy, that's a dangerous play.
Yeah, a little too loose around the net here early on for the Owls. That is, just throw it to the side, get it out of the way. You can almost score the goal yourself on a play like that when it can sneak through the goalie. Fortunately for FAU, though, Gunnar Stevens makes the play.
I think Tampa's a bit too strong of a team to allow that happen. They really forced Georgiano there, and he's not the biggest guy either. That's kind of a mismatch physically.
Ripping shot off of Griffin's stick. He's going to go in and chase this rebound. Keeps it in momentarily. Owl's able to break this one out. Coming through with some speed, and the big fella, Keenan. Keenan's going to skate all the way down. No bodies on him yet. Keenan still with the puck. Holds on. They cycled it down low, intercepted by the Spartans.
He's 6'6". You are right, Lewis. Big, tall guy out there.
Nice deflection. Kovalis picks it up out of the air. Pass across, shot. Oh, pad save. Holy cow. He was absolutely robbed. Now we got a scrum in the corner.
Yeah, they're going to send Emilio Stabile. He just cleaned the clock of Nick Fontaine in the corner. And there's some of that attrition. There is some of that bad blood between these teams. That all happens because Ronan Keenan tips this puck at neutral ice, but because he does that, the Tampa forward gets behind him. So he's late to the play in what is nearly a 2-on-1. And Gunnar Stevens, right pad stop. That is exceptional for the senior netminder.
But the puck did kick out, and that's what Tampa was trying to pounce on, and Stabile took exception to it. It actually was a loose puck in front.
So first power play of the game, Stabile in the box. Kovalise in to take the draw. That just gets by Moeller. Moeller being forechecked by Neuendijk. Rims it around here to Griffin. Griffin's got nowhere to go. He brings it right back. Biller in on top. The Owls extending that forecheck, shorthanded. Wasting a lot of time in the Spartan end. Coming in now, there's Moeller. Toe drag, oh! What a hit, Declan Catone! Don't tell me this game doesn't mean anything.
What natties, Lou?
Jeez. We have seen some giant shots, incredible saves already. That was textbook. That has to go viral, that one right there. Perfect play. Griffin. Griffin's got it. Gets around Murphy. Griffin still with it, takes a shot up in the netting. You know, I always say the puck or the player, right? You can't let both by you guys. There was no shot at the player getting by on that one.
Yeah, it was a great play by Catone, but I also like the way the Owls recovered defensively on the power play for Tampa. Keep them to an outside shot, get a stick on it. You love that if you're FAU.
Minute 5 left. In to take the draw. Sader Dahlin. That's controlled by the Owls. They rim it around. It's going to come all the way back down. 13:20 left. Zane. Zane looking to be a conference champion. A couple of weeks ago, he was on the D3 team. Now the team's going to rally around him, and he played well last night. Satterdalen dumps that one in. Seawagon there. Bouncing puck back over to the corner it goes. 37 seconds on the power play. Nice little move. Back up here. I do not have an 81 on my roster, guys. I don't know if you do.
Yeah, that's Jake Stapert. He switched from 12 or something else. Like
Okay,
that.
thank you. So Stapert up top now. Puck comes back, not out, kept in at the point. That gets by Seawagon though. Far side is Keenan. Turnover. Fontaine looking for a trip, no call. Murphy there. Picked up. Right out in front, they miss Seawagon. 5 aside, penalty kill for FAU. Pretty good, guys.
Excellent job by FAU defensively. They didn't give too many opportunities, but they do have to be a little tighter with the puck in front of the net.
I just love how FAU meets Tampa players where the puck lies. When they get a chance, when that forward doesn't have the poise and the puck's bouncing, they meet him on top of it right there. That's what you have to do to not let them set up counterattacks and retrieve pucks.
They tag up, they come right back in. FAU goes out the other side. Turns the puck over now. Looking for Trainer, couldn't get it to him. Owls pick it right back up. They regroup in their own end. Over here to Pepe. Pepe makes a move. He's got some speed. Got some ice in front of him. Pepe there. Pepe still with the puck. Ed Seefeld going to the net. Seefeld down, cycling Vasiliev up top. He gets the puck. Shot. That's deflected over into the corner. That one off Stabili. Much rather get on the board that way than being short. Number 10 out there. My man, Holden Havlovic. I got a story for you at the whistle with Holden. Chipped up. If FAU couldn't clear it, now they finally have it cleared for them, and it comes right back out. The linesman, he's down. He owes Totten $1 for that one, a glove save. Holden Havlovic, he's a senior now. He's actually grad school from Geneva, Illinois. He was on this team. He was on the D3 team when they were allowed to go to nationals and they got to play up. He scored an incredible goal when Tampa was getting absolutely pounded, and it changed the whole dynamic of that playoffs and this organization because they were a bunch of baby Spartans, and they ended up winning that game. One of my favorite goals I've ever called.
He's also, according to the Instagram story for UT, most likely to end up on Love Island. I'm not as good as Charlie Serafin at these things. But
my daughter almost wound up with that show.
Oh, man.
Seriously.
I haven't watched myself, but I'd say it's a tad bit popular.
I've seen the show, and it's very good.
All right, there's Biller. Biller comes in. Drop pass. Neuendijk Just couldn't get a lot on that one. Fortescue there.
No Love Island out here, though, Lewis. This is
No.
not that kind of show.
No. If you're on Love Island out here, you're going to drown because there's no help. Fortescue. Nice pass on the far side. Fortescue going off on a chain shot. Gunnar Stevenson with the save. Tove there. Battle on the boards. Comes right out in front. Cole Valise. That shot goes into the bench and we'll have a face-off. Go ahead. What's your wisecrack, Minervini?
No, I'm not going to say this one. But I will say this. I think FAU did a good job kind of holding the fort there with the PK and keeping Tampa in check and now trying to get their game. And this is the kind of game we expected. It's a tough game, a battle for ice. Every foot matters out here, and it's been fun to watch.
Yeah, no free real estate.
I just think, Lewis, it's a real estate of getting settled in. You know, these are two teams that know each other so well, and you see that in the first 10 minutes. In Tampa, they've had slow starts the last couple of weeks.
They've played 6 times already this year.
Tampa won 4 of those games.
Cole Valise. Pass comes right back up top, blocked in front. Chance now, they got numbers coming back the other way. The Owls do. Theander going to the net. Looking. Great poke check coming back. There's Valise. Valise 1-on-3. He doesn't care. He turns, dumps it into the corner. They're going to go off on a line change. First one out, Sater Dalen. On the far side now.
What a game he had here last night, Lewis. Nearly a hat trick. He was all over the ice.
Terrific.
Got 2 goals.
Zane let that one go, guys. I don't think the defense was ready for it. Caused a turnover, and FAU's got possession now. 8:50 left. That one goes up and off into the netting.
You know, that's that communication, though, they will work on. He hasn't played with these guys too much, where Meyer would know exactly what to do in that spot. You know how your defensemen want to work it. And they'll go through practice over the next couple of weeks before they go to St. Louis for the Nationals. But so far, so good, I think, Deb, for Eddie Zane.
Saturday-Dalen there in the take that. Won by the Spartans. They got Seawagon at center. Seawagon into the corner. Tells Bashir to go get it. Poked. Not out yet. Campagna, my man, AC. Another one of your Long Island boys, Mr. Minervini.
That's why the hockey's so impressive. A lot of Long Islanders.
I'm going to mute you, and you're already on probation because you know what he said and you won't tell me, Devin.
Hey, look, I'm a Michigan guy. I don't want any part of this New Jersey, Long Island talk.
Well, you
It's up
got
to
a
you
good,
guys.
you got a good hockey state as well.
That we are. Olympic champions, by the way, produce the most.
You're stuck. You're the cannoli sandwich tonight. Last night we had Charlie. Now you're in luck.
Cali guy, isn't that interesting?
Griffin there. 8:06 left. Picked up out of the air. Cuccia. Turn. Just missed on that pass.
You got to be patient if you're on offense against Tampa because they can really stymie and frustrate you defensively.
Just like D3 we saw earlier, they play a great game coming through center, and they like to play an east-west game. There's a ripping shot, pad save. That may have been going wide. Stevens got the pad on that anyway. Murphy lets it go. Picked up by Catone. Murphy. Owls get a chance to chip it up. Still can't get the puck out. Griffin there. And they make a line change on top of it. And they still have the puck down low. Tope comes in with a big hit. Fortescue. That gets by Griffin. Trainer coming off. Puck still down low right next to Stevens. Finally, Pepe picks it up. We got a battle going on behind the play. Pepe gets around the D. Pepe comes in. Backhand shot, score! We got a battle going on behind. Pepe comes in. A little backhander on the ground. 1-0 FAU.
He takes his puck at neutral ice. There's 2 defenders. Pepe, he wanted a burst like this earlier in the period, and this one, he cuts through the defenders That's a soft hand to open up. Backhand, he gets Zane to pull out. Zane challenges this and goes down, and that's when he shoots it far corner past his left pad. Blaise Pepe has been trying to get going. He's a youngster on this team among many vets for FAU, and he pots it in the back of the net. 1-0 start. Heck of an effort by 76.
And with all the talk about Michigan, New Jersey, and New York, a Pennsylvania guy gets the goal. He had 3 during the regular season. By the way, Nick Kuzak talking to the official Mitch Greer wearing the bands tonight about something. Pepe was hacked on the play. I did not see a hand go up. I thought he was slashed, but he scored the goal.
Turnover shot, big save, penetrante there. Listen, us Pennsylvania guys are quiet.
Not you, buddy.
Come on.
And you know what, guys? For FAU fans, they have been wanting some depth pieces because for the last couple of weeks before regionals, you were looking at Leon Biller, Bezier, or Nieuwendyk to score, and that was it. You get a guy like Blaise Pepe going in a national tournament, that is another weapon that many M2 teams have to worry about.
Bezier on the far side, Nieuwendyk, they're off sides. So we'll get set up. 1-0 here, 6:32 left, first period. First goal of the game. Thanks for joining us here on the College Hockey South YouTube channel. The M2 Championship. The winner's going to get the cup tonight. Commissioner Kyle Nell here at the Panthers IceDen. Biller, Oliverio. Nieuwendyk just dumps that one in. Back behind there's Lawhorn. Can't get it out now. Finally they do. They get by Oliverio. Coming right back. Offside call. 6:16 left here. Both benches standing pretty quiet right now. Wes, can you hear us?
Yes, guys, I can hear you.
All right, we'll get back to you in just a minute. Wanted to make sure your gear was on.
Hey, Wes, on those calls, let's hear that PA announcer.
Over here's Bashir, far side, Nieuwendyk, shot up and into the netting. All right, you're down in the scorer's box or in the PA box in between both benches. What's the sound like on the benches?
I mean, there's a lot of chirps going both ways. You can hear it. Tampa is letting FAU hear it, and FAU's letting Tampa hear it right back. It's cold in this building, but tensions are hot.
Yeah, these two teams, they don't like each other. Oh, nearly poked away. Nieuwendyk right there. Zane covered up.
Smart play, tried to bank it. We saw that goal last night in the Tampa game as well on a banker.
Listen,
his dad scored a few times like that. I'm sure Joe and the family watching this game.
He was here.
Is he
I
here?
think he's here. Yeah,
oh,
I think
even
he's
better.
in the bar.
Okay.
I also saw, sorry, Lewis, I also saw Roberto Luongo walking around yesterday, and along Joe being here, it's a star-studded field. And hey, Craig, wasn't it you said a famous goaltender, certain someone's son, was also here?
Martin Brodeur recently
right.
was here. His son actually played against Luongo in a high-level youth game.
Fortescue trying to keep that one in, went off of Elise. Now it comes back. Fortescue picks it up at center, looking for a place to go. He goes on the far side. He gets dumped. Griffin pulling right back up. The Spartans up off the wall. Get it to Griffin. He tries to avoid it. Check, can't do it. Coming through now. Big hit on that far side. Georgiano picks that one up. Georgiano with a shot pad save. Fortescue there to recover that one. Stretch pass. Sater-Dalen. Sater-Dalen throws it in front. Great play. He waited for Bashir to cut in front of Stevens. Coming right back, Murphy. Murphy now takes a shot wide, way on the far side. Cuchilla. Cuchilla looking for the return pass. Instead, it's picked up by Bashir. He's coming in 1-on-2, trying to split the D. Loose puck shot. Oh! Wow, what a save. Sater-Dalen, guys. He was robbed on that.
Well, Ziemba, first time, he tries to pinch in the neutral zone and force a play. It doesn't work out, but he backtracks, forces the first Tampa forward to get it to Sater-Dalen. That's how that lane opens up.
Yeah.
But Gunnar Stevens stays firm. He doesn't try and go down, doesn't challenge too far. He uses his body to his advantage and makes the stop.
I thought it was a good shot, too. Upper tank there, but Stevens with that big shoulder made the save.
Yeah, 6'5". He doesn't have to move too far to get right back on top. Tove on that far side. Just cycles it back down to Catone. Those guys playing catch behind. Tove looking now. Here comes the big fella. Right through center, gains the red line, turns, dumps it in. Zane stays in his net. Back to pick it up is Rempe. Battle on the boards. Ross there, he's trying to jump his man. Gets around McCann. 2-on-2 battle, Pepe's there, he's getting in the middle of it. Good scrum. Look at this. Ross nearly came out with that. Turn, fired all the way back down, guys. We'll probably have an icing call as Catone back.
You know, I don't know how you guys are feeling, but I really expected Tampa to have a little more jump. I think they're feeling a little bit sluggish. Yes, they've generated scoring chances, but not with numbers. I feel like FAU, as soon as a shot is rifled, they don't really have a follow-up winger to keep the forecheck alive. They kind of just come back up the ice, and FAU has numbers and sets up a scoring chance.
I think part of it may be they want to stay back. They got a brand new goaltender that's playing. It's a conference championship. You don't want him to get run over, right? We've seen that a few times this weekend. Get through the period, see how it goes. He's starting to play well. He seems pretty calm back there. He's not bobbling the puck when he gets a chance. And then I think you'll start to see the extension of the forecheck, extension of the defense, and maybe pinching in a little bit more. A shot glove save from the point.
Well, yeah, I thought Tampa, the first 10 minutes, I thought they played very well. They came out a little stronger, had some chances, but the Owls were able to get away with a few mistakes in front of the net and kill off that big power play. And they've played better here in the last 10 minutes of the period.
Poke not out yet, kept in by Tove. Nieuwendyk pass, return pass, open net! Biller! That was a terrific play, unselfish play. Nieuwendyk went for give and go. It comes back the other way. And Biller buries that one. 2-0 FAU, guys.
You said the give and go. Active sticks, Tampa doesn't get there for the first pass across. This diving play, Biller is deeper part of the zone. He is coming back, circling, and he puts himself in the right dots for Zane. That's not on him at all. Tampa's defense just gets a little bit flat-footed on what FAU sets up with follow-up waves of forecheck. And unfortunately, you talked about a little bit of defense for Tampa. It doesn't work out there, and it's 2-0 FAU.
Baser now. Baser coming in, 3:09 left. That goes off the glove of Zane. Weird bounce off the boards. Spartan's able to pick it up, but they turn it over at center. Biller just gave his team a 2-0 lead. Here comes Nieuwendyk. He picks it up, shot. That's a big save right there, boys.
Yeah, big save for Zane and a big statement here for the Owls. One thing Christian Long told me, the head coach, before the game is they want to win, number one, but also make a statement to the conference and the league, not just the conference, but the D2 group that they're going to play in 2 weeks. This is not the team that started the season. They've evolved, playing great hockey.
Tell you what, St. Thomas is watching this closely. Number 2 team in the Southeast all year. They are probably going to meet the FAU team and be their biggest challenge at Nationals.
That's turned dumped in by Georgiano. Left behind the net, Murphy there on the forecheck. Fortescue able to pick that one up. Fortescue. A little slow coming through. Turnover. Murphy just headmans the puck to Georgiano. He gets it deep. Griffin picks that up. 2:22 left here. 2-0 lead. Florida Atlantic playing in their former home. They play in Boca now, but a facility they're very familiar with. Griffin with the puck. Just cycles it back. Look how far out that FAU forecheck is extended. Sater-Dalen now loses that. Hang on. There you go. Lost my headset because my man from Michigan took it off my head. See, they don't do that in Philly. We're
It's
nice.
physical up here, too.
Hey, they say have active sticks. I try to have active feet up here.
All right, that play into the corner. Back up top. Sater-Dalen trying to pull it down. Couldn't do it. Georgiano there. He's battling. Picked up. Moeller with the shot. High and into the corner. Now it comes right back up. That's deflected up off the glass. Murphy, far side. Picked up off the boards. Moeller again. Nice drop pass. Taking a shot. Doesn't get through. Went off and out. Backhanded all the way back down. Cuchilla there. We got an icing call and a whistle with 1:09.
Tell you what, FAU packing a lunch here, but to just finish our point from a moment ago, Ben Sojin, St. Thomas, Central Region, not Southeast number 2, but they're going to face Utah State and St. Bonaventure. Now, that's a very winnable pool for Florida Atlantic fans. Meanwhile, Tampa, they're going to have to see Oklahoma State, Weber State, and Michigan State. That is a gauntlet in pool play.
Oklahoma State, number 3.
Army, sorry.
Yeah, Army's number 19, Michigan State number 45 in the rankings. Bonaventure 11, Thomas 6, and Utah State's number 22.
I think these teams are all going to adopt right out in front. Turnover shot, pad save. Oh, 2 Spartans collide on that. They were both trying to get the shot off. Throwing it toward the net again. Moeller says, I'll take it. Loose puck, bouncing puck right in front. McCann there. Got some players going into the net. Stevens in the blue paint with the puck. That's all that matters.
Yeah, Seefeld did a good job in front, kind of cleaning out the area as he knocked Trainer, looked like, into the net. But Tampa really trying to get one on the board here before the end of the period.
I wasn't sure if Gunnar Stevens a little slow to get up. So it's going to take a little lap. Good to get maybe the legs stretched out a bit there. Definitely want to stay light and loose in this game, and I've liked the pace so far. Both teams have kept the shenanigans to a minimum, minus Declan Catone.
Felice in to take the draw against Newendijk. Won by the Spartans. Fortescue's got to dump that one in. Cole Felice right there. Backhand pass to the center. It's going to be picked up by the Owls. So we got a hand pass coming right back. 39.1 seconds left. Faceoff's going to be to the left of Stevens. Mr. Peter Flores says that is enough. What a pleasure to work with a great official like Peter. Great guy.
That's 2 nice comments.
Works the Florida Everblades games, which I do not like, being an Orlando Solar Bear guy, but that's okay. Cole Valise there. They're going to tag up.
They're still off. You got to get out of the zone.
There they go. Now they get caught up. 18 seconds left. Pass comes right back. Valise looking. Thought he was going to take a shot there. Baser there. Good job not creating a penalty. Griffin on top of him. Newendijk there. Exchanging cliff notes right down below the goal line. Little pushing and shoving.
A really good job by the linesman. He started skating in with about 8 seconds to go to get in there and really make sure nothing occurred behind the net at the end of the period.
And how about my man Pete coming over and stopping the FAU bench? They're like, oh, we're just going out to go say hi to our goalie. Yeah, of course. All right, what do you think of the first period, boys?
Again, FAU, pretty solid start, being up 2-0. I feel like they've pounded their offensive chances, created a lot of looks for Eddie Zane, but meanwhile, Tampa, sound for the most part defensively. I feel like when they supported Eddie Zane, it's been really well for them. Obviously, a rush goal does not help your case. Another little broken play where you have waves of offense, not great. But in general, it is a solid period for both sides. I feel like Gunnar Stevens also has things he wants to work on, but has settled in. And, you know, ultimately, we've got a cleanish hockey game, and that's all you can ask for in this conference final. You're going to see a much higher pace in this game, but for both teams defensively.
Tale of 2 periods for me. Tampa had the first 10 minutes, had the power play chance. Stevens made a couple of big saves, one on Saturdalen, the shoulder save from the slot. They were sloppy early. I think the Owls came into their game. And then you put that number 1 line together. They work so well together. They can match Tampa's number 1 line. Maybe you could argue maybe they're even better than, and that's saying a lot. But Newendijk working with Bazier on one side and Biller, and they achieved that second goal.
They had the one goal that went in on the ice on the back end that Tampa may want to have back.
Pepe.
Second one was just a lot of chaos going back and forth. Follow up on the shot, that Newendijk took. And that's where we are. 2-0 at the end of 1. College Hockey South Conference Championship Division II, sponsored by Visit Fort Lauderdale. Before we go, we got Kuzlik talking to the officials.
Yeah, long chat here with the officials.
They're not discussing hair products because Kuzlik wins out every day on that. So he's talking to Pete and Mitch. Not sure what the question was. Did you see anything that he could be asking about?
The only thing I can imagine here is a bit of the post-whistle stuff. I mean, you saw Daniel Tove and Captain Denny Griffin for Tampa getting into it at the end of that period. And a lot of what this Tampa team has faced with these officials is post-whistle scrums. But more importantly, I feel like there's a slash here and there maybe that was missed, and that could be part of it. I think we can get confirmation at the break. But you want it to stay fair and you want it to stay consistent. That's the most important thing. And if they're going to let things go, then just make sure it's consistent on both sides.
And you want the coach to also, the coach wants to get his point across. Maybe he gets a call, or at least has the officials thinking about whatever he's talking about as the game moves on.
All right, boys, we'll be back in just a little bit. FAU 2, Tampa Spartan 0. Thanks for joining us here on the College Hockey South YouTube channel. All right, guys, Wes, Coach Kuzlik, find out what he was talking to the officials about.
Hey, boys, I'm here with Coach Kuzlik. And, Coach, I mean, you were just talking to the officials there. What was that about?
Yeah, so I'm just a little curious, usually reffing change possession when you especially scoring opportunities for our guys. A little curious about some of those non-calls there, but hey, they set the standard. We're playing hockey today like the old days, so go tell the boys that.
Yeah, and I mean, you see yourself down early. How do you exactly rally the boys back to get back in this game?
Yeah, I mean, we've been down in games before. Obviously, last weekend against Liberty and going into the third period, we're down 1-0 off a lucky bounce by their guy. Guys know what's at line here. They know what's at stake, so I think we'll be good to go here. Guys just got to come in and get moving, get their feet going, get back in the game here, really.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you, guys.
All right. Thanks, Wes. Now we're done for the first period.
We're done now.
We'll be back. All right, everybody, welcome back. Second period about to start. Clean ice. Craig, 2-0. The FAU Owls are flying right now.
They are, and I think Tampa wants to establish, Lewis, their forecheck a little more. As talking to Coach Kuzlik before the game, he said, we want to go in there, basically bang the bodies into the boards, forecheck, get the puck, and get good scoring opportunities. I thought they did that better in the early part of the period than the later part. We saw a long conversation with the coach and the officials. I thought the guys in the bands did a great job in that first period calling the action. FAU's got to be very impressed how they kind of held the fort down in the first 10, killed that penalty up, and then I thought they had the better of the play in the second part of that period.
Yeah, I agree. It was a tale of two periods. But now, down 2, how big is it for the next goal to come from Tampa?
Especially for Tampa, I think, because the Owls have confidence. Remember, Tampa had won the first 4 meetings with the Owls, and FAU won the last 2. That was a couple of weeks ago in the matchup. And one of them was an overtime, one was a blowout win. So FAU is gaining confidence here. They also still have their top goalies in Bruno and Stevens, whereas now Tampa has got a new goalie who certainly held his own there at Eddie Zane in the first period. That's a little bit of an issue, so it can mess with your confidence a little bit with Natty's coming up in a couple of weeks.
All right, Neuendijk against McCann. Neuendijk gets the better of that one. Keenan with the puck. We're going to have a special guest coming up. Happens to have the same last name. Mr. Neuendijk, we're going to get him on the show. His dad, Joe. You know, every time we start the period, Craig, that puck gets stuck on that side of the ice.
Yeah.
There's a lot of water down there. Bouncing puck. McCann now trying to get it through, couldn't do it. Baser able to pick it up. Neuendijk now. Couldn't get it to him. Baser there. Spartans. You heard Coach Kuzlik at the end of the first. Said he was talking to the officials about a few things, but he also said, no panic. We've been down before. We've come back before, including last week at Liberty, where it meant everything to get to Nationals. Up and off the boards. Tampa's got to watch with that change. Could have had too many men. Back to pick it up. Lawhorn fires it around the far side. It's just forwarded up by Trainer. Setter Dalen coming in. He pulls up. He's rubbed out. Great defensive play. Good hit again by Catone. Catone, I'm telling you, that was the hit of the season so far. Not over yet because we got another 18:44 in a period. Murphy going in all alone. Sauce pass. Zane there. Georgiano. Georgiano comes up with that loose puck. Griffin on top of him. Back up to the point. Tove there. Tove down to Georgiano. They got Cuccia in front. Can't get him the puck. Now Cooch goes over to pick that one up. Back up top to Tove. He just backhands it down to Murphy. Murphy there. Puck comes all the way back out. Icing's going to be the call. It's Tove first to pick it up. 18:01 left. Second period.
Yeah, I was just looking up some things about the great Joe Neuendijk before we get him on here. 3-time Stanley Cup winner with 3 different teams, 20 years in the NHL, a Hall of Famer.
Colorado.
I think he was Dallas, the Devils, and you look that one up.
Pull it up. Come on.
564 goals in his career, over 1,100 points, one of the classiest guys and a Hall of Famer. And hopefully he'll get a chance to chat with us for a little bit.
How cool would that be to get him on college?
He's having a lot of fun.
South.
He went to Cornell, so he knows college hockey very well. Great lacrosse player, too, as I recall.
Over here on the near side, that's tipped in. Oliverio back there. Setter Dalen trying to center it. He had Seawagon coming in, couldn't get it. Turn. They got numbers. Pepe. They got 3-on-1. Takes a shot, rebound in the air. He had Seafeld on the far side. They didn't take a shot. That hits Pepe in front.
Calgary was the other team. Calgary, Dallas, and Jersey.
Seafeld there on the forecheck. Glove saved by Zane from the point. You know, that's a few times tonight, or today alone, we've seen odd man rushes, 2-on-1, it's one thing, but 3-on-1, no pass. You had a man open, you could have dropped it, take the shot. So,
I like the start for FAU here to this second period.
yeah, Mitch Greer, the official, went over there to talk to him because he's a good official. Because the goaltender got hit in the noggin with the puck. So we got a race for that one. I think I'm getting a bad rap between you and Peter Fessel over there. Your son's an official.
We
He
should
loves
let the
me.
people know that one of our friends, Nick Peter Friso, came up to Lewis and thought he was a little harsh, slightly, on the refs in the game last night. And
I was the least harsh of the three of you.
no, you weren't. So, but Lewis has an issue with authority, as he mentioned, with parents and what have you.
There we go. Didn't you take your medication today? I told you. You're not allowed on.
No, you're all right. We're here to balance you out a little bit. That's
Thank
all.
you. Ziemba there. Lost that one. Comes all the way back in. Tampa. Trying to get something going. Get a quality shot on Gunnar Stevens. They've had a few, but not many. Lentz.
No, the game is really flip-flopped.
Bouncing puck comes right out in front.
We were talking early, Lewis, how it's hard to get a good scoring opportunity on Tampa. It's been just the opposite.
Exactly. They have really struggled tonight. Not over yet. Still 2-0 lead.
Oh, long way to go.
Yep. Catone picks that one up.
A high stick there caught the face of Nicholas Fontaine.
Oh. Look what the cat drug in.
Yeah.
Bouncing puck. Spartans, they got a man in front. That's Felice. Tip. Save. Finally a good scoring chance for the Spartans. Nice poke check. Coming right back out on the far side. Spartans again coming at it. Deflected in front again. Pad saves. So as soon as we talk about it, Craig, 2 quick deflections. Great plays by the Spartans. Neuendijk cycles it back. Beautiful save. Zane covers that one up on a terrific drop pass and a shot. Welcome back. Did you get lost?
I did get lost in this big Panthers IceDen. You know, there's 3 rinks, a lot of people here still, and man, a great crowd on hand for this M2 championship.
Down low now, picked up off the wall. It's Baser. Neuendijk. Cross ice pass, dangerous play there. Spartans, nice little tip. They've had 2 good scoring chances back to back the last 2 trips down. See if they can make it 3 in a row. Kept in on the far side, Catone there. Catone just makes a play, takes a big hit, comes all the way back down. Lawhorn there, icing waved off. Picked up, coming with some speed is Schmelzer. Schmelzer's coming in. Tampa's gonna change. Puck on the back of the net. We got a face-off and a whistle.
Well, as we resume this second, you know, you talk about how does Tampa get back in this and what are they doing to kind of supplement their offense that's been mostly defensive bound. And I think they have settled in enough where they want to start flying some defensemen. Danny Griffin is just waiting to explode in this game. He was named our conference player of the year in men's division 2. And I really think that his quarterbacking of the offense is what Tampa needs. They have to get wingers sliding when they're at their best.
Backhand shot, score! On a turnover, Alex Moeller, the man with the hands, cuts the lead in half just like that. We got a game again, boys.
Yeah, just as you said, turnover and Owl zone. They sling it from the far boards, wrap around. Owl player pinches in, tries to take it away, and it slips off the stick. And then Moeller is ready, low slot. He's going to backhand this at a tough angle for Gunnar, who goes down just early enough that it floats past his low pad, and just like that, it's back of your net, 2-1.
FAU gives up a turnover. There's Oliverio, picked up at center by Fortescue. Fortescue dumps that one in. Keenan's gonna pick it up. Keenan, big hit from behind by Moeller. He's flying.
And we said he has the best hands in the league, according to their head coach. You saw it there.
Murphy goes down, tips the puck back, shot, score! Right back at you, said the Owls. What a beautiful play. That was hustle and burying his chance. Terrific play, Cuccia, another All-Star.
Yeah, he was the College Hockey South Player of the Year last season, 24-25 season. A very quick one-timer, though. He had a good whip. He knew he wanted to shoot it right away, and Zane couldn't get over there quick enough.
When Murphy carries his puck in the offensive zone, the Owls spread out. They wanted to get Eddie Zane's eyes moving, and that was the best part. They jammed up Tampa in the middle of the ice. That set up all alone Kuchar on the left side, and he made no mistake. That is another player that FAU's been trying to get going. He was huge at regionals, and is there.
Comes right back, trying to squeeze it in. Wow, Gunnar Stevens with the save. If he was 6'4", I don't think he makes it.
Hold on to your hat, guys. Holy cow. Up and down the ice we go, both sides. I was telling you, this is when these teams want to open things up, and you're starting to see them take more dangerous chances. It's working out for both, but you're creating counter chances based on that.
Yeah, 2 goals in 34 seconds and nearly 3 in a minute. A great save by Stevens. That's so important after you score, is to hold down. You don't want to give up that immediate goal and some of the momentum.
He's the whole FAU Owls team around him.
They got
Looks
7
like he's
guys
a
on
little
the ice.
discomfort, right? He was stretching.
They got 7 on the ice.
Yeah.
By the way, the too many men is always on the officials before the drop of the puck.
Don't talk about
No,
the
I'm
officials.
saying it's the officials. It's not the team's fault. If you cannot drop the puck with too many men on the ice. That is on the
Aren't
officials.
you an official?
I
Don't
am.
bite the hand that feeds you.
I am not.
Yes, you are.
I mean, I guess you can be as critical as you want, being a ref, but
No, he
you know,
won't.
that means you have to.
It's
You have
called
to.
insight, gentlemen.
He
I'm
won't.
saying
He
it is not on the. It's not the onus is not on the players before the whistle.
Yeah.
It's on the
I
officials.
said it last night. I'll say it again. One lies, the other sticks up for him. No, I'm telling you, Gunnar Stevens is still stretching. He looks a little uncomfortable. I don't know if he's pulled the muscle or not. We'll have to keep an eye on that for you.
Yeah, he was slow to get up earlier in this
Yep.
game, late in the first period. It's food for thought there. Hopefully he's all right.
Christian Long,
Oh.
big hit down in the corner. Albert, coming right back at you.
Yeah, Leon with a big hit, number 6. That's what Tampa has to do, is to lay those big hits and have FAU in a defensive posture, which has not been the case, I would say, since about the 10-minute mark of the first period.
So Stevens still has his helmet off, and he's talking to Tove right there.
Tove's one of those guys who moved from forward to defense, and Christian Long really likes the way he has played. Tove, along with, who's the other guy that moved from forward to defense? I think was it? I'll have to look that one up. But he's moved the guys around from forward to D to forward, and it's worked out well for the Owls.
Aren't you the
Keenan.
color guy?
Ronan Keenan was the
Okay.
guy.
Stabili there. Stabili. Valise picks that one up. Valise looking. Valise still keeps his feet moving. Throws that toward the net. That one off. Seafeld up and off the glass. Stabile picks it up. Tampa comes right back in there on sides. Puck goes over into the corner. Cole picks that up. Valise. Stabile. Loose puck.
Nice
Owls.
play.
Yeah. Lentz gets around that check. Lentz with the puck. Hit again. Hit a second time. Spartans cause a turnover. Nice pass. Penetrante. Shot up and into the netting. So, Taylor, 2 different things going on right now as we get ready for St. Louis. The FAU Owls, 2 great goaltenders. Rocco Bruno not playing tonight, but obviously they got 1 and 1A.
Yeah, and they got some size. You're just getting a good look there, I think, at 47. Ronan Keenan, one of the reasons he moved him back, he's 6'6". Tove is a big guy. He's over 6'2". Size, stability, the positions they played earlier before coming to FAU, and it's helped out the FAU defense moving these guys back.
And Ronan Keenan's also an experienced guy. Won a national championship with the UNLV Skating Rebels at the men's Division I level. He is in a big puck carrier and physical, and that's what he brings to that blue line.
Looking to go back to back, right? Can you imagine that? Coming right in now, the Spartans taking a shot. That goes off Stevens into the corner. Oliverio has that stick taken away from him. Turn, dump right back into the corner.
Would it be interesting, Lewis, if these two teams meet again? It could happen. They're in different pools, Pool A and Pool D. And you got to get out of your pool first at the Natties. And then, who knows?
Neuendijk on the far side. Ross just turns, fires it into the corner. Neuendijk there. Pokes it around. So much skill. Avoids a check. Still with the puck back in front. Cleared by Fortescue. Coming right back at you. There's Moeller now. Moeller got the puck over to McCann. Neuendijk just turns, chips it up, bouncing puck. Owls nearly able to take advantage of that. Captain Griffin comes right back, throws it toward the net. That nearly went off Campagna into the net. Came up short. Stevens with the save.
Well, pretty quick movement now. To the naked eye, you're seeing a lot of shots to the outside, and you're seeing no rebounds been given up by these goaltenders. But both of these defenses, especially the Owls, have really clogged up the middle of the ice and forced the team that is on the offensive, in this case Tampa, to take those sharp angle shots and not get the puck where they want in the bumper spot.
Neuendijk able to get that one out. He's trying to headman the puck to Bill, and Neuendijk, he's got two Spartans on him. Turn the puck over. Now we got a call. We've got a hooking call. So Flores going to throw in McCann, I believe, guys. We're going to have an FAU power play. Huge power play here for the Owls. Already up 3-1 as we approach 10:37 left in the second.
And the key for this power play, when you get Christian Cuccia and Neuendijk on the ice, is they love to slow it down. You might think that it's a faster team. They want to zip, zap, zoodle the puck, but they slow it down and get methodically a chance in front. That bumps it to the wingers. Leon Biller, number 26, has been phenomenal on the power play in the second half. I would double circle him if you're Tampa.
And they got Bezier up on the right point, so you got another offensive-minded player forward.
And you got a guy that's
playing
fast
defense.
that can shift the gear really quick there, Craig. He can go from 0 to 100. He drives to the net hard. He's a smaller guy, but that doesn't matter. He gets low and uses his hips, his leg strength, everything to rifle shots.
Pete talking to the scorers table. They dropped the puck and they were running the clock, so they get it back. Man, it's nice to have these great officials out here tonight. There's Murphy. Neuendijk with a shot that just whistled wide. And that is a heavy wrist shot, too, coming right at you. Gets it down low. They set up here back to Neuendijk again. Murphy takes a shot on the wide side, bouncing puck. Murphy going to be able to pick it up. Tampa not able to change.
Yeah, Kucher's got to get out of the zone quicker there. That slowed up Neuendijk. Well, that was Bezier, actually. Can't roll out of the zone.
Now you got to hustle. Turn, dumped all the way back. Let's see if Tampa can change. They're going to change two at least. Murphy there, leave the defense out. 9:51 and counting, a minute 12 in the power play for this Owls team. Already up 3-1. Goal here would be huge. Turnover. Neuendijk, oh, we got a breakaway coming. Zahaline coming in, looking, fakes, shot! Big save, throws it right out in front. Neuendijk there to pick it up. Save of the game right there for Gunnar Stevens. Cuccia has that one taken away. That one's thrown right back on net.
Not the best from the Owls here. Very sloppy. Bezier, you saw him just throw it back to Neuendijk nonchalantly. And Tampa, they'll take that all day to pursue pucks and flip them out of the zone and even create chances of their own.
You know, I think one of the problems was they had a pretty long shift right before the power play. I thought maybe they wouldn't even start the shift on the power play, and they were probably a little tired.
I thought the exact same thing when I saw Neuendijk line up.
Yeah, but you didn't say it. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. Dude, you're going to be eating alone tonight. Puck comes all the way back in.
I love you.
Yeah, me too. Murphy there. Murphy picks it up. Murphy makes a move, gets around Valise. 2 seconds, one. Back to 5-on-5, out of the box. Owls pick it up, though. Backhand right on top of Zane. Valise with the pass, gets it up to McCann. McCann looking to gain the zone. He's rubbed out of the play. Georgiano picks that one up. Leaves it back for his teammate. Is that Pepe? Yes, it is. Ross. Come in on sides. He's pushed out of the play. Spartan's able to pick that one up. That was Fontaine. There's you're talking about drop passes, just waiting for someone to come pick it up. That was one right there. Seefeld. Seefeld's gonna send it on the far side. He's got some speed. Lentz hip check. Seefeld follows up. Drop pass, just missed on that. Spartans coming right back. Stabile. D to D. Oliverio hits Seefeld. He's got a man on the far side. That's Lentz. He takes the shot. Lentz backhand. Seefeld just right through the paint. Seefeld couldn't get a stick on it. Keenan fires that one. Shot. Score! Holy cow. He looked like he was going to dump it in the corner, guys, and he looked and he saw Zane not there, and he fired at the net. Tough goal to give up if you're Tampa.
My dad used to have a saying, sneaky schnook, and that's kind of what it was, a sneaky shot, a wrist shot. He probably didn't think it was going to go in. You throw it on that, you keep it low, good things happen. There was all kinds of traffic in front. We mentioned that earlier. That's a big factor for the Owls offense.
Aaron Lentz was the man in front, screening the eyes from Zane, and if you're Zane, the last puck he challenged out really far. This one, he's kind of just getting reset on, and Ronan Keenan just picks a perfect spot. That is a terrific goal from the point, and a rare one that Ronan scores.
Seawagon, that puck went up and into the netting. Guys, just a few minutes ago, it was a 2-1 game, and that quick response by the Owls made it 3-1. Now that goal, 4-1.
Yeah, they extended their lead. It was a 1-goal game. You're right, now it's a 3-goal lead for the Owls, who've played a very sound game. I know Christian Long's going to be very happy with the way he's played.
You think about the different ways they've scored. The Blaise Pepe break, the pass over to Cucci, guys like Bezier, Biller making different moves, but the depth pieces coming alive for FAU. This is the best sign that you can have. I know they won a conference championship, and they're doing that to win this game, but that is a great sign as they head into a national tournament.
Christian told me the other day, iron sharpens iron. They wanted to play in this tournament.
I think Catone and Billard got the assists.
We'll take a look in a second. There's Bezier. Bezier's got the puck. Taken away by Seawagon. Seawagon looking for a place to go. Far side. Intercepted by Keenan, up and off the boards. FAU coming right back. Bezier now, 6:24 left. Oliverio with that. Neuendijk. Well, he just put so much pressure, that speed. Georgiano, that shot up and into the net. You asked who got the assist?
With 6:13 to go, you can check that one on our official scoring marks. By the way, big props to College Hockey South building the live stat tracker, not just for us, but the fans watching around the world here in attendance. I've seen a lot of phones out, a lot of stat tracking and following their favorite players, and obviously friends, family, sons, and above.
29 teams, 35 games over the 4 days here for the tournament, largest ever event in conference history.
So amazing to have 4 divisions under one roof. A big task for Savannah Prefontaine, Danny Bohm, many other volunteers. But it's been such a great collective effort on the broadcast. People done the selling the tickets at the front stand. This is truly what it's about at the ACHA level. And I'm proud to be joined here. And, you know, Lewis, I certainly know for you being so involved with the league like you are, this is as prideful and as good as it gets to be part of the ACHA.
Oh, it's just been a ball. It's been a terrific tournament, and it's not over yet. This is just the first of championships. Oh, Fort got hit in the chops. Murphy's going to go, I think, on that one. Mitch has got his hand up in the air. So it was Mr. Craig, on Keenan's goal, Stabile and
Oh,
Seafeld.
Stabile. Okay.
And Seafeld got the second helper. Make sure you give it to Seafeld or his mom's gonna be texting me in the middle of the night. Georgiano going in. It was an errant stick, but it's a stick nevertheless. Power play opportunity.
Big one.
Huge. The Spartans send out Cole Valise. Fortescue on that side, Griffin there, along with Moeller. Fortescue, Griffin, Fort, right back to Griffin. Over here near side, taking a shot. Ooh, that whistled just wide on the glove. Great keeping by the captain. Moeller, drop pass. Moeller now with the puck. Sauce pass, Griffin, backdoor. Just missed on that backdoor pass. Cleared up and off the glass.
Yeah, I don't think Moeller was anticipating it. He started skating to the slot instead of staying out wide.
Yeah, that was cleared over to Valise. Valise now with it. That comes over to Fortescue. He's able to get the puck in, drop pass to Valise. Valise holds on, makes a couple of moves, comes right out in front, lost the puck. The net comes off. We'll see if they keep it in or they take it out.
You want to talk about penalty kill support? I know we've said Jackson Nieuwendyk, how versatile he is. You see him killing a penalty here. Daniel Tolf, guy gets around him, he throws it out front. Nieuwendyk steps in front of his man. That is an active work that doesn't just happen. Power plays work when you get retrievals and you work it around the horn and get better shots. And that time he doesn't allow anything, and it creates another face-off.
4:52 left, minute 10 left in the power play. Spartans can make their life a lot easier if they can get one here on this power play. Backdoor, looking, taking a shot, waited too long. Back down in the corner it goes. Seawagon, Catone right on top of him. Seawagon. This guy's playing catch down there, he and Fontaine. Saturdayland lost that one. 2-on-2 battle. Nieuwendyk headmans the puck. Nieuwendyk going to the net. There's a shot, big save into the corner. Zane made a couple of big saves. Keep this game still within reach. Here comes the big fella right now. Saturdayland shot that just missed. See, that's one of those shots, guys, you gotta hit the net. Look, you missed the net. The first person to touch it is Zane, and he's in the trapezoid when he plays it.
Not only that, he had Lawhorn right on the weak side and elected to shoot that puck instead of going over for that basically 2-on-1.
And what a shift by Biller at both ends.
Over here on the near side now. They drop back. Oh, look at this. Right out of the box. Georgiano coming in, shot. Another big save by Zane.
Some of the mental errors starting to add up for Tampa late in the second.
Well, the good news is Zane's getting lots of opportunities. He's going to see the puck a lot more when they get to St. Louis. That goes off the blocker, Stevens. Pepe over here on the near side. They just missed Stabile on that. Pepe. He lost it. Stabile now on the forecheck.
Yeah, good job by Stabile. A little play like that, but he picked it out of the air. Sends the puck in deep, allows the Owls to get back on defense as well.
2:55 left. Owls up 4-1. Big hit on the boards. Turn, they dump that right back in. We're going to see if we can get our special guest on here.
We'll get him in the maybe the beginning of the third period.
Okay, we'll start it that way. That's
I talked to
perfect.
Joe. He said he would love to come up, and it would be an honor for him to speak to Lewis. He said, Depa, I said, DePaulo, yes.
You. Can you believe we're friends, Dev?
Hey, man. I forget my best buddy's last name sometime, too.
Kuchia. Shot. That was on purpose. He didn't forget it. He's just spazzing out on me here on live TV.
And, you know, one last note I want to make, and Tampa fans, obviously might not be the happiest with how this is going. It's not like they aren't getting the puck to their role players. You know, Alex Moeller has played great in this game. I've really liked how Will Fortescue's done physically, but FAU, they have so much puck support, little plays, giving themselves time to work and using the boards space. They have really taken away a lot of Tampa's options on the power play and at even strength.
Sauce pass that just missed Seawagen with 2 minutes left in the second period. 2 more goals for this FAU team. Campagna there. AC, nice poke check. Can't get a stick back. There's a shot and rebound. Seawagen right on the doorstep.
Yeah, he had Seawagen right there, and he couldn't find him. He was looking to get his stick, but again, a good play by Stevens to come out aggressively and get the puck before Seawagen had a chance to tip it home.
Gunnar Stevens having a big game in net. His biggest supporter on the bench right there, Rocco Bruno in front of us. Rocco not playing tonight. The dynamic between Rocco and Gunnar is absolutely terrific. They've been friends for a few years now. Rocco, a junior from Springfield. Gunnar, the senior. And they just get to go back and forth and play. And the team benefits from that. Nieuwendyk 2-on-1, Fortescue looking. Great stick by Fortescue on that one.
I think Jackson wanted to pass it, and then when that wasn't there, he took the shot. A good defensive play.
Offside call, minute 20 left. Want to say hi to Rocco's mom, Dana, and his grandmom watching in beautiful Springfield, Pennsylvania. And if you win, if FAU wins, she's sending me pizzelles. No, you've been
Only you?
Yes, you've been too hard on me. I'll share them with Devin when we get to St. Louis.
Okay.
Appreciate that.
You're on probation.
I might show up in St. Louis and
just
get some
for
meatballs or
Dana's pizzelles.
Yes.
Yeah, I finished all ours. Norma's like, give me a break. I'm not making them right now.
Quick note, great story we got on the Hockey House podcast of the week about Rocco bringing the team to Springfield, Pennsylvania, and feeding the team during Nationals a few years ago.
A couple years ago in Philly. Drop pass. Thrown right out in front. McCann there. 51 seconds left. Back up top, Fortescue. Goes on the far side to the captain. Takes a shot, that's deflected off a stick. Valise picks that one up. Got Fortescue up top. See if they go to their backhand. Look at this. Opportunity far side. Beziers, as we had a couple of guys go down. Nieuwendyk, one of them. Battle in front. Shot scored. Biller. He got back. He beat Griffin. Biller's second of the game, guys.
Wow, this all starts. You see the one-on-one. Bezier gets to the puck first, but Fortescue takes away out in front. He's trying to get this puck for Biller. It gets through anyway. If you're Will Fortescue, you have got to take that puck away before it has that chance. And Danny Griffin cannot beat Biller to the puck from getting inside. He rifles the shot. That is a heck of an effort. Captain on captain, and the FAU captain wins the best of it.
You know, it's a game of hustle, and right now it's no contest. It's been our hustle. In college hockey, they have the hybrid icing, so instead of, if that was a high school game, that would have been automatic icing. But great hustle down the wing, and then Biller following it up and really outmanning the defender there for the Spartans. That one's on Tampa there. They should have had that puck.
Big hit there.
They're going to have to pick up their effort in the third period, and certainly in Natties. This is not going to be something Kuzlik's going to be happy with since the 10-minute mark of the first period.
No, the team went up to Zane. They just got out on the ice, and they were all trying to pump them up, keep them going. We got our sideline reporter, Wes, around somewhere. I think Wes is going to try to get Christian Long or maybe assistant coach Mark Renner down on the ice. I see him.
Great period, though, for the Owls. Remember, it was a 2-1 game with
if I am
5.5 into that period.
St. Thomas, St. Bonaventure Army watching this, you know, the unit and just all around support for their netminder, you have better be ready to keep up with that, because like you said earlier, it's about hustle for them, and they are winning those battles.
So Wes, almost ready. you got Christian Long or Mark Renner, one of the boys on the bench, that would be terrific. All yours. Take it away. Everybody said no. Are you good? Go ahead.
We got Ronan here. Ronan Keenan.
Have at it.
All right, guys, I'm with Ronan Keenan. Ronan. You scored the goal that put you guys up 4-1, really opening up the game for the Owls. Walk me through that.
It's just a good play by our third line, getting in there, just working them deep, and they got it back up to me. And, it's just pucks on net here, and good things are going to happen.
So you guys obviously have a commanding lead going into the third period. How do you guys grow and expand on that lead to take home this trophy?
You just got to be low and slow. Everyone's got to be low and slow, be deep first, keep our chins tucked. And, 95% of the game is 5 feet from the board. So win the walls, win the neutral zone, I think we'll be great.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time.
All right. Devin.
Well, I said Army, by the way, Utah State earlier, but I want to make a preface. The way Nationals has gone the last few years with M2, being such a wide open field, to win national championships, the team that's done it has to show resilience, because a lot of times you find yourself down in a big game. You find yourself in a spot that you need depth and role players and a big save or two. And I felt like in this game it happened in the early first. Gunnar Stevens made that right pad stop. And ever since that point, FAU said, we're taking this game over. If you look at their blue line, you talked about guys moving back, Ronan Keenan, that have played so well for them. Jake Murphy, offensive-minded defenseman, these guys carry this play, and then they out-hustle. And this is the chemistry of a team that wants a national championship, not just at the AAU level, but arguably a level up at ACHA. And if I'm every team watching this, you have to be, one, amazed, and credit to them for proving themselves. But if you're head coach Christian Long, you have done a phenomenal job resounding after what was a tough middle part of the season, getting them ready. They are on their way to a conference championship and all that momentum riding into the Nationals.
All right, guys, we will be back for the third period. FAU 5, the Tampa Spartans 1. Thanks for joining us here, sponsored by Visit Fort Lauderdale on the College Hockey South YouTube channel. All right, everybody. Louis DiPaolo, Craig Minervini, Joe Newendike, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. Joe, thanks for joining us here on College Hockey South.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So it's really cool to have you, but how cool is it to watch your son here playing for the FAU Owls?
Well, it's a lot of fun. We've had a lot of fun, my wife and I, visiting him a couple times. At the beginning of the year, he didn't really want to play hockey anymore, and I think he found 2 or 3, 4 weeks into it, he found his people who were guys on the team, and they kind of convinced him to go back and play, and we're glad that he did.
So as a dad and a professional hockey player and to play at your level, do you just kind of let him go and do his thing, or do you just say, look, this is what you should do, this is what...
No, we've never told him what to do. He's his own guy, makes his own decisions, and it's been a blessing to come down here to South Florida because he's met some not only great people on the team, but some great people away from the rink too. So it's been a good move for him.
Joe, you enjoyed your time down here in Florida. It's kind of forgotten in your career, but we, of course, had fun. How did you enjoy playing in the sunshine and with that hockey club?
Well, I loved it. I wish the franchise at that time was what it is today. I mean, they've really done a great job, but I have fond memories. It was nice for my wife with three small kids in the sunshine, but maybe we paved a little bit of the way for what's happening now in Florida.
Your college career at Cornell, you played college hockey in a time where it wasn't quite as popular. I think that's fair to say for guys to go to the NHL. It was developing.
Yeah.
How great is it to see that the college game, hockey,
man.
the U.S. Olympic team, and all that is done for the sport of hockey in places like Florida?
Yeah, it really is. I mean, you looked at that, what great hockey we saw at the Olympics, and all those guys in USA coming from college hockey programs, and kids coming from Chickering, from all these
Jacob
guys
Chickering.
coming. It's been
Played
really,
here for the Junior
he played here
Panthers.
for the Junior Panthers, so it's really fun to see some of these southern markets that are doing so well.
So what do you think of the game so far, up 5-1?
Well, I like it because I remember at the beginning of the year we played these guys, and I think they beat us 9 to
yeah.
win game. So I mean, I think FAU has improved a lot over the season, and both these teams are going to St. Louis in 10 days, so it'll be a lot of fun.
You going to join us there?
Hey, we're in the FAU fan club now, so we have to be there. We have to be there.
But it's terrific to see the game grow at this level. The College Hockey South playoffs here, men's 2, men's 3 championship, women's here. Way different than what it was even when you played here. The college game has grown so much in the South.
It really is, and it's so fun to see. Of course, I went to Cornell University, and college hockey has always been important up there in the Northeast, but to see some of these markets coming now is really incredible. I experienced it in Dallas too when I was playing there for all those years. You could see the programs were getting better and better, and they are here in Florida as well.
Joe, when you see a game with your son, will you kick it around after the game? Would you talk at all with him, or do you wait for him if he has a question or two?
Yeah, not so much anymore. I mean, he's had a lot of great hockey experiences in his life, and I think he's enjoying this one too.
He's having fun with it.
He's having fun with it. So we don't, we're here to visit him and support him, and I think he's got it figured out here.
Yes, he does. How about his major? What's he studying?
He's taking some business courses. He's probably going to do an internship this year somewhere, and so he's starting to think about that aspect of his life too, which we're really proud of.
So he's playing hockey in Boca. He's got his degree coming up. He's got everything going forward for him. As far as his college career here at FAU, he's got to be having a great time here on the bench. It's a different thing than what you probably, maybe even what he was expecting when he transferred in, right?
Yeah, I don't think he knew what to expect. We didn't know much about the hockey down here, hockey at FAU. He really picked here because he had one buddy of his from the Dallas days that was going here and kind of recommended it to him. But I'm glad he's played hockey because he's really having so much fun, and we can see the smile on his face after every game. And I think that's kind of the way you want it. You kind of want to wrap it up that way, don't you?
Absolutely.
That's hockey.
That's hockey, and he's got great line mates, and they're fast. They seem like they work together well. No one's selfish out there.
No. They probably overpass
Maybe.
on too much at times. But, he's got a couple of good little wingers with him, too. It makes it fun.
So what are you doing these days in retirement?
Well, I'm enjoying myself. I worked in hockey for a decade after I retired, after I left Craig in South Florida. But,
we all leave Craig.
Yeah, we all leave Craig at some point. That's true.
Well, I got to tell one story. There was a pickup game. Joe, you will not remember this, but I do. There was a pickup game at the arena, and we were skating. Joe was out in the morning with us. I think it was after, I don't know, maybe probably after your career. And because of the teams, we had to switch sides. Joe had to join the team I was playing on, and I joined the team on the other team. But because of the jersey colors, I took his jersey. And let me tell you, he took mine. Intervini never looked so good. From the back of the jersey, he also ran me in front of the net, and there was no call.
I don't know. It must have been legal. I didn't hit too much, Craig.
So your retirement, what are you doing now?
Well, I'm actually fully retired.
Good for you.
I got 2 girls that are living back at home. They're busy with their lives, and of course Jack is as well. So we're just enjoying our time. We spend a lot of time in upstate New York at our lake house. So we're having a good time.
That's terrific. Well, 3-time Stanley Cup champion. You had to be glued to your TV on Sunday, watching that Olympic game. Wasn't that crazy?
Yeah, that was good. I have to say I was pulling for Canada, having been a former member of Team Canada, but it was really a great story with the U.S. too. They really were a brotherhood, and it's great for hockey in the U.S. as well. So,
Yep. I was looking at the stats, Joe, the other day. In 1970, when I started watching hockey, 2% of the NHL was from the U.S. In 1980, it was 11%, and now it is 29%.
Wow, isn't that something?
And
eh?
I wouldn't be surprised if what happened this past week in Italy spurs the next generation on to, because it went beyond sports.
I think so.
Yeah.
The men and the women, right?
The men and the women.
Yeah.
Well, the women and the Canadian women and the U.S. women have been dominant for it seems decades now.
Yeah.
But 46 years is a long time for that men's team. So I think that was a real good thing for hockey.
Well, we appreciate you coming on and taking time. I know you want to sit down and watch the rest of this game and watch your son maybe hoist his
the
first
trophy.
cup, huh?
You never know. You
And
never know.
shot at that ring in a couple of weeks in St. Louis,
Wouldn't that
too.
be nice? Wouldn't that be nice?
Yeah. Joe, thanks a lot.
I appreciate
Great
it, guys.
job.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very
We
much.
appreciate it.
Take care.
All
Good
right.
luck. We'll see you in
Thank you.
St. Louis.
All right.
All right, guys. That is the great Joe Nieuwendyk.
Oh, he's one of the best, seriously, one of the best athletes I've ever met. And what a player. 564 goals in his Hall of Fame career.
How cool is that? He comes down, watches his son play, willing to help out and talk to everybody. Welcome back, Devin, Sarah. Devin, 5-1, 5 minutes in. Looks like more of the same the way this is getting started.
Yeah, that trophy's looking real shiny across the street for this Owl team. They've been snake bit last year, and they had a redemption arc against this Tampa team that beat them in the regular season series.
So Biller is the captain for this FAU team. If they win, he will be out there for the presentation. We've got the handshake coming up between these two teams whenever the game does end.
Yeah.
And then the trophy. He's going to give out the MVP. Kyle's going to give out the MVP jersey of the player they pick. And then they're going to do the trophy presentation.
I think still for this game, though, it's not over. It's
No.
14 and a half. But Tampa's going to need to get a little momentum. I think not only, hey, if they do win the game, great, just to go into Natties and come off a little more momentum here in this game, because they're looking at FAU, and the Owls are they're on fire. They really are. They're playing a terrific game since, I think, the first 8-10 minutes of the game.
At the end of the day, you have to learn how to close out games at Nationals. So even if you are up 5-1, what are you going to do when you have this kind of lead, if you do, in a big tournament?
Well, the talk that I heard all weekend long that I was so impressed with was from JJ himself, where he said Middle Tennessee, that shot just goes wide. They try to play 3 games. Each period is a game to them. And I think that's the way you got to do it, Devin. That's a great point, because you're going to have to play all 60.
See, he felt slow to get up. He got hit. I think he went to the boards and hit hard, but he looks to be okay on the bench.
Spartans coming in. Bouncing puck that goes behind the net. Able to pick that up and cycle it down. Catone there, though, to intercept. Fires it around the far side. 13-28 and counting.
Great
Bouncing.
active stick by Aaron Lentz. I mean, another chance where Tampa, you see them going around the horn with the puck. They're trying to find open space, but FAU does not give an inch. They will peel out when they have to stick with a man, and then they're looking and searching for those feeds to the middle of the ice. And Aaron Lentz, one of the defensive MVPs, he's had one whale of a game.
Great play there in front.
Draw won by the Spartans.
How great was Joe Neuendijk, Lewis?
Super cool.
Talk.
What a great guy. Every NHL player I've ever met, they're just terrific people. I was going to ask him if he knew Bob Joyce, right, from Embry-Riddle.
I'm
He
sure
should.
he does
Canadian.
go absolutely.
You know, Bob, a great friend of ours and terrific guy. Played on the '84 Canadian Olympic team. Played on the last he played on the North Dakota team that won with Belfour. He was the goalie.
Yeah, and I think he led the league in scoring.
He was the last player that had 50 goals in college.
Yeah, the top goal scorer, Bob Joyce. Great guy, coach of Embry-Riddle.
Shot, big save, Gunnar Stevens. Dumped over into the corner. It's going to be picked up by Vasiliev. Battle on the blue line, 2-on-2 battle. FAU's won a lot of these battles on the boards tonight. Ziemba loses that. Spartans pick it right back up. Holding on, it's poked away. You were just talking about this.
Great job by Lentz on probably their best player at Moeller.
And he just pushes them into the bench. Moeller holds on to a stick, comes all the way back down. Keenan there. Just missed. There's Neuendijk. Couple of FAU players collide. Neuendijk just turns and tries to burn. Lost that one. Moeller with the shot and the goal. 5-2, 12:02 left. Got a shot, guys.
What a shot by Moeller, who's really been electric in this game. I believe that's his second. Now, Jackson Neuendijk, they failed this breakout. They try to reverse it to the opposite side of the ice, and then it fails. It's pinched off, and Neuendijk and Vasiliev are in the same place. And that gives Tampa enough time to close in two defenders on him and force a decision. It works out for them. Moeller takes this puck, right wing, rips it over the shoulder of Gunnar Stevens. And if you're Neuendijk, that's one of those plays that I know you're the best skater on the ice, but you need to use your players more and have a little more heads of awareness when you're getting closed in like that.
Well, as far as the Tampa Spartans go, they obviously have not quit. And win, lose, or draw, the resiliency of the team, you heard it at the end of the first when Kuzlik said, hey, we've been down before, we've been here, we've come back and win, as recently as last week. Now they're just down 3 with 11:35 left. Baser comes in, lost that puck.
Bouchier, good defensive play for the Spartans.
Turn fired around, Gunnar Stevens. Keenan. You never know, it could get interesting. One more.
Telling you, this is what Tampa wants to do. Finish strong here, get back in this hockey game.
Little sauce pass picked up by Neuendijk, shot on a toe drag.
He wants that one back, Lewis. You can tell after what Devin talked about, the giveaway there, he was looking to get that goal right back for the Owls.
There's the captain. He's got Cole Valise with him. Oh, he pulls up. Cole caught in deep.
Yeah, it would have been offside.
Yeah, I thought he was just going to chip it up the boards and let Cole get it. Meanwhile, Kuchia picks that one up. Kuch still with the puck. Back up top to Catone. There's a shot that's deflected in front. Loose puck, score! Georgiano. Fly, Eagles fly. Georgiano, 10:35 left. They get it right back. It's the second time tonight, Devin.
Zane's not happy. He's saying, I had it in my chest, and it dropped to his floor. That's what allowed Georgiano to scoop it out of the pads of Zane and stuff it home. Nothing he could do. He tried to sprawl out for the second save. I thought he had an argument here. I didn't see the puck drop from my eyesight. Guys, I don't know about you.
I didn't see a loose puck, but there was a loose puck, and it was pretty quick. I thought it was a great deflection. It's not easy for the goalie to handle deflection because it wobbles out. You never know where it is. I thought it was a good call to let the goal go.
Turnover now.
I didn't see much of an argument from the bench either for Tampa.
No. But to me, Tampa scored twice in this game, every time they scored, within a minute, 2 max, FAU's turned and responded, put the puck right back in the net.
I mean, it's a momentum killer. You just got back yourself in this game, and now all of a sudden that mountain looks like a mountain again.
Yeah, they scored that. It was that Cucci goal you're talking about, 34 seconds after they made it 2-1 earlier in the second period.
Spartans' pass shot just missed. It's the A-line.
Tell you what you see, too, is with this goalie Stevens, they are trying to pick corners on him. And it's not easy to pick the corner.
No. You got to try to, there's not a lot of room. He's one of the goalies you want to see move left to right if you can.
Yeah, and then what happens, you miss the net a lot.
Even when he's down, guys, he's still probably 6-8 inches, the back of his head above the crossbar.
Yeah. I think Tampa's just shown they have an ability to drive to the net. They need to do follow-up chances, have a guy on the weak side ready for a follow-up.
There's Moeller. Moeller looking for a place to go. Little backhand pass. Ziemba picks that up. Tampa comes right back with it. Moeller. Alex Moeller now drops the puck. There's a shot that's deflected up and over the head of Stevens. Into the corner it goes. McCann, he cycles it down to Moeller. Moeller and Seafeld battling down in front of the officials. Officials tell them let go and keep playing, and they do. Maybe not so much behind the play. On the far side, Tampa gains the zone, drop pass. Second shot covered up by Stevens. It's 8:32 left.
For Tampa, you see how they use Alex Moeller in a variety of ways. That time he's feeding Colm Trainer down memory lane for a good short side shot. And I really think you haven't seen the kind of forecheck and offense from Tampa in this game like we're accustomed to. They seem a little bit relaxed, maybe in getting out muscled by FAU, and that wasn't the case in the first series. It was all Tampa with the physicality.
Little starch out of their shirt, maybe.
How much do you think the mental fatigue from last night losing Kyle Meyer has
I think it's a big
them?
factor, and I think they've been worn down a little bit by the Owls in this game.
Give credit to Florida. They had a comeback in that game, and had it not been for some last-minute Tampa goals, we'd have a different conversation today.
That's true, too.
Yeah, had Florida won, this would have been a huge game, and also would have caused the championship to be tomorrow, potentially.
Picked up shot. Ooh, yeah, it was tomorrow afternoon. It went right behind the head of Seawagon. 7:46 left. Lentz, one of your players of the game on defense, right?
Yeah, I mean, super, just in the right spots at all times, and he communicates so well with his other wingers to move the puck along the boards and keep it away from pinching Tampa defenders and guys trying to steal it.
Fortescue, little pass over here to Griffin. Just backhanded in now by the Spartans. Tove there. Cycles it over here. Kovalise in on the forecheck. Bezier. Tove. Drop back to Bezier. He holds on, turns, just fires it in. Over here on the near side. Hargist. There's a pass on the far side. Good opportunity, Fontaine. Backhand pass intercepted by Bezier. And Neuendijk now drops it back to Bezier. Spartans. Valise. Picked up out of the air by Biller. He dumps that one back
Just
in.
missed him.
Yeah.
And again, they're making these breakouts so tough for Tampa. They try to move up the far strong side. There's a second forward look out.
Wow.
When it's not your night, it's not your night, guys.
You know, back to back, because that puck sent in looked like it was going to be icing. It took a very strange bounce. It hit the line and then came directly across and stayed on the goal line. It never went over the goal line, and thus no icing.
See,
and then the other way, they get the offside.
Yeah, just inches away. I think you're right. When the hockey gods aren't going your way.
It rarely happens where the puck will come at that 90-degree angle and not go over the line.
See the insight we bring you from the official's point of view.
Penalty coming up here on the Owls.
Pete's got a hooking call coming up. Well, here's the good news, boys. We're not dealing with a lot of penalties that we thought we may be dealing with if we played
That's
tonight.
pretty clean game, I would say.
You better knock on some wood, boys. I know this rivalry like I do. These guys are talking. You know, there's little conversations here and there. But, yes, we all hope they skate away. And if you're a Tampa Spartan fan, I know the score is 6-2, but here's an opportunity. They really need to cycle this puck well, get Cole Valise the first touch, get him in flying, get Muller the puck, and drive hard to the net.
See what they come up with. There's Griffin now. He's looking. Little sauce pass to Valise. Backed up. Uh-oh. Murphy rubs Valise out, and they go back to Muller. He may do it himself, Devin. See if he comes in, avoids a check. Lost the puck. Murphy's going to dump it all the way back down the other end. Speaking of Kuzliks, I want to say hi to our friend Doug, Coach Kuzlik's father, watching up in warm and sunny Rochester. And we want to congratulate Coach Kuzlik, named Conference Coach of the Year for 2026. Got his award this morning.
He coaches, oh, you're talking about Nick?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw that on the website tonight. Congratulations to Nick. Great to talk to him when we get a chance always.
Doug doesn't coach. Doug is the last man to ever let you down. You know what he does? Or what he did? He just retired.
He's in the, I'm assuming he's in the funeral business.
That's it. Catholic Cemetery up in Rochester. Dry sense of humor. Funny, just a little dry to say that.
Yeah.
Over on the far side now, Spartans, 38 seconds left in their power play.
Oh, that's going to get extra.
Tove, he's going to give him a few.
What are they doing?
He's not stopping.
They might send Tove out here. I mean, he would not get off top of Muller. I don't know what instigated Tove to do that. Play's still alive.
It was us. We were just talking about how clean the game was. Dad.
Yeah, I know one thing he was saying. He said he was holding my stick, but he got a couple of cross checks in there before that. We'll see if he just gets a minor penalty.
Right here again. Got Pepe going at it with her. Yeah.
Actually, they called it a roughing, not a cross check, and just 2 minutes. But 5-on-3 for 17 seconds.
Yeah, Pete's going to let him play a little bit. Hopefully cooler heads are going to prevail, right? Because hopefully cooler heads are going to prevail because both these teams are going to nationals.
Yes, but at the end of the day, there's about bragging rights. And when you see that shiny trophy, you're flexing it to your rivals. Now, here's an opportunity. Tampa, take something with you into nationals.
Backdoor pass, just missed on that. Saturday.
Been a lot of that, Lewis, just missing in this game for Tampa.
Yeah.
Unusual.
Coming right out, lost an edge. Now Biller comes, replaces Vasiliev, who was in the box. Here's Biller. Biller on hat trick alert, right,
Ronan
boys?
Keenan is feeling it, Lewis. He's cradling his left leg, going off to the bench.
Yeah, 6-2 game. You might do that with the. Oh, there's another penalty coming up here on Tampa.
Yeah.
In a tight game, Lewis, I think the guy coming out of the box is getting right into the play. But when you're up by 4, you can get your better skater and Captain Biller out there.
The officials are going to earn their money right now. I think the last 3:44, this could get not so friendly. Neuendijk out there with Biller.
We're 4-on-4 right now.
Yeah, 4-on-4 for a minute 20. So the two teams will shake hands, line up on the blue line. We'll have the presentation of the most valuable player. And then the trophy will be awarded to the winning team. Baser, wow, got around a few people. Hard just said, not tonight, not on me.
Spartans wanted an offside call there, didn't get it.
Spartans come up with that puck, backhand sauce pass all the way across. There's a shot, oh, net comes off. Baser takes the shot, here we go. There we go again.
That's Helen in there. 7 for Tampa, Leon Biller.
You know,
Longhorn, too.
this is my 3rd game today, and in a row. I work with Charlie,
Yeah.
stuff breaks out. Work with Charlie again, it breaks out. Look who's behind us. After it was a good, clean game,
Here he came.
Charlie's back.
Charlie is here.
When it gets crazy on the ice, the crazy starts behind us.
Yeah, there could be some offsetting here, and I don't believe they threw anybody out for that sequence, but 3:14 to go. This game obviously looking like it's going to Florida Atlantic, and again, just a 3-team league this year. I really think we're kind of due for expansion here in M2. Regardless, Florida Atlantic, they overcame so much. I think everybody expected at the beginning of the year Tampa to take this thing, and with how the first series of the year looked when Tampa dominated FAU in 2 or 3 games at Boca Ice Center, it seemed like the writing was on the wall, but FAU, a series with Farmingdale State, they win big in overtime. They take down this Tampa team in 2-3 in their barn, and then they roll into regionals and beat some really good teams there. Ohio State was a great team.
Yeah.
They were in their best season ever in the TSCHL. And I think for FAU beating Miami, Ohio, they just have all of the things working for them. And they have a 1-2 tandem, depth. This is exactly where I think you want to be if you're Christian Long heading into the most important tournament all year.
Well, Jake Murphy hit with a major penalty.
Yeah, he's got a 5-minute up there on the board. Renner and Christian Long talking to the officials.
So it'll be 4-on-3 here for 49 seconds. And it'll be 4-on-4 for another about 40 seconds or so.
All right, here's Fortescue now. Drive past the Griffin. They get Moeller right back out on the ice. Moeller on the far side looking. There's a shot. Into the netting it goes. We'll line up and do it again. 2:59 left.
And guys, as we continue this dialogue about what teams take away from this game and what do you ultimately come away with, I think for Nick Kuzlik, he said, we don't want to lose again. But at the end of the day, you have to take your wounds, and this can be some real motivation for them. You lost to your rival badly, we presume. And there's so much more you can take out of that than maybe winning a trophy as well.
Looking for that backdoor pass. Couldn't get it. Fontaine there. Moeller. Griffin. We got Fortescue up top. Look at this.
Puck is stuck in his skates. I mean, actually, the stick there.
Moeller with the shot.
Fontaine was looking for a call. I think the stick of one of the Owl defenders got stuck in between the blades.
7 seconds left. The first penalty expired. Tove will be out. So the officials not letting Mr. Renner change the defense. Neuendijk back out with Biller. You know, I think the way the game went, it's slow right now. You know, you don't want it to get ugly, but it just, to me, I think the momentum, the guys will just take a look. There's a shot, just missed Moeller.
Yeah, the whole net.
Exactly. You know, for Tampa, they can look at this game, but they've got so much more to look at on great tape. Neuendijk comes, takes a shot, buries that one, 7-2.
I tell you, that feels good for Jackson Neuendijk. He had that miscue earlier, and he's really played a strong game. His line has been terrific. And Neuendijk gets the goal.
Well, I take that back. I don't think Tampa's going to watch the tape at all. No need to.
You think Nick Kuzlik wants to just watch this?
I would. What about you?
I think there's spots. I think if I'm them, I would watch the first period because of how they were able to support their goaltender. Now, there was a few plays that broke through, but I think for the most part, they need to have that kind of support for him when they go into nationals. If Kyle Meyer is not able to go, and you ultimately ride with Eddie Zane into that tournament.
Here's the other thing, guys. This is the 5th straight win now for FAU. 3 for, right? 5th or 6th.
Yep. Well, I think they had the 2 against Tampa.
They
Then they won 2 in the
they won
regionals,
2
right?
at regionals, yeah.
Beat Miami and beat
then
Ohio State.
Last night and tonight.
Yeah.
Last
So
losses
6.
against Florida, 6-4 out in Tampa.
They had a losing streak earlier in the year, lost to Embry-Riddle, and then went on a roll after that loss. I think it was like about late October. They had lost 3 or 4 in a row.
There's Catone now.
Took them a little while to get going, but they're going. Good timing.
Yep. Ripping shot from the point, up and off the glass. Minute 18 left. Chance for the FAU Owls to win their conference championship basically on their home ice. Close enough, right, Dev?
Used to be, yeah, pretty much.
There's a shot into the corner. It goes off the blocker. Back up top, D to D, far side. Satterdalen, 1 toe drag. Looking for another. Tove there, trying to get around him. Those guys battling. A couple of big-bodied players into the corner. Picks it right back up. 40 seconds left in the game. Doesn't get through Kuchia, just turns and bumps it all the way back down. FAU out on the line change. So Pete's got his hand up.
Penalty upcoming here on the Owls.
Yeah, they got Marco Bashir caught up with Tommy Ziemba.
Officials officiating all the way to the end of the game. Backdoor Griffin. Can't do anything with that. 10 seconds left. Tampa, 4 seconds left. Turn fired back down. So Pete's going to throw somebody in the box with 1.1. He's telling them, let's go.
The bench is trying to say there's 1 second left, but
Yeah.
the official is saying that
They're talking to Tove. They want to send Tove. He said something on this bench area and that they didn't like, and they're going to put him in the box with 1 second.
well, they called the penalty. It was a delay penalty for 30 seconds.
So Tove in the box. Got to be one of the latest penalties you're going to see, right? So a 2-man advantage for 1.1 seconds. Well, Wes is around. Are you going down? Go ahead, Devin. Dev's going to go down on the ice and meet Commissioner Kyle now. So they drop the puck. The players are out. The commissioner on the ice. The FAU Owls, conference champions. They deserve their championship, guys.
Great job for the Owls winning the CHS College Hockey South. They were probably the underdog. They were certainly lower ranked in the Southeast in the national rankings coming in, and they beat the defending champ. They slay the champion, and these two teams may very well meet if they have a good pool. One in Pool A, one in Pool D in St. Louis in a couple of weeks. They could meet in either the semifinals or the national championship if they get that far in St. Louis.
You know, you don't want to take anything away from the FAU Owls, who deserved it. They played well all weekend. As far as tonight's game, I still think, Craig, they see Kyle Meyer sitting over here, struggling to get around. I think that had a big toll mentally on these guys. We got Devin down on the ice. He's going to get an interview with a player, maybe a coach. Can you hear us, Devin? Can you hear us? Got your mic on? Yes? Okay. Turn your mic on. You can talk. Yeah. Turn it on.
Well, guys, the celebration is on for the Florida Atlantic Owls Conference champions in 2026. Commissioner Kyle now will come out and announce it, and you know, so many guys on this team that fought hard through middle part of the year that didn't go so well. 4 seniors now on this team. Gunnar Stevens, as the senior, gets to earn this conference championship. I know this for a lot of these staff. Mark Havishton, Mark Renner, Christian Long, obviously, Scott Godsky, so many volunteer staffs, Kim Casey, Christina, doing a great job building this, and we're just gonna wait for them to join on the blue line. Some Tampa guys have gone to the locker room, not sure if they'll stay out, but this one's gonna feel sweet for a lot of Florida Atlantic fans over their rivals, Tampa.
Yeah, the Tampa players are I guess, leaving the ice. Maybe they're coming back. Coach is saying you guys can go in. They don't want to view this. They can see the scoreboard, and for FAU, Lewis, this is a great achievement to win the CHS against their arch rival. And again, I think for Tampa, too, they were taken out of the game. And there's your MVP.
Wow. Stevens with the MVP, picked by Commissioner Kyle Nell.
Gunnar Stevens, a senior from Falmouth, Massachusetts, who has had a tremendous 2026, kind of seizing the #1 goaltender job. Rocco Bruno is going to be a big part of it, you would think, as well.
Yeah, you got 5 games in 6 days. You got 2 great goaltenders. Sets up nicely for this FAU Owls team. As you see Biller, he's going to go pick up the College Hockey South Conference champion. The FAU Owls, they earned it. They're playing good hockey, like we said, 6 in a row. Gotta love that.
That's a great win. They beat a terrific club. And now the momentum only continues. How much confidence are they going to have when they're on that flight going to St. Louis in a couple of weeks?
Well, you got everything going with you. You're pretty healthy. You got 2 good goaltenders that are hot, that support each other. You've got a lot going for you headed back. Plus, you know what? They won AAU Nationals last year, Craig. They've got experience. And when we were in Jacksonville, that was even more difficult because that was 6 games in 6 days straight to make it through. That was a bloodbath, and they survived.
Devin, what does this mean for the Owls to win this College Hockey South before they go to the Nats?
I think this tells a story about resilience, continued winning, a culture of winning. National champions AAU Division II last year. But some of these seniors, you know, they were waiting for their spot to shine. Gunnar Stevens, 5 consecutive wins. He gets MVP. That's a sweep for Florida Atlantic netminders. Rocco Bruno, player of the year. Ronan Keenan, give me some chirps over there. He played a phenomenal game, by the way, a goal to his assist. And getting some photos there with the guys in the MVP trophy. And just so much for this team. Hats off to everybody involved. You see Kim Casey in there. And a lot of seniors, happy faces. And I think they're going to cherish this one, guys. The national championship's next up, but a conference means just as much.
Yeah, you know what? The regionals is difficult. It's a one and done. You come right back and you go one and done here as they bring out a special guest for this FAU Owls team, Coach Renner, the gentleman. I'm not sure who that is. And they're going to give her the trophy, put it right in front. That's wonderful. Look at that. It's way bigger than the game, guys, right?
Devin, do you know the backstory there at all? That is a great moment for the Owls. If not, we'll find out. As the Owls are celebrating this championship, and they hope it's the first of a couple to come in the next 3 weeks.
Devin, the scoop on that wonderful
picture. We'll get the
picture.
scoop and talk to a few guys here in the championship, and let's see if we can move in here.
Maybe Coach Renner will tell you what's going on.
Mark, congratulations on your conference championship, sir. Want to know the story for you and your family and the rest of this team.
Just fun to be around this great group of young men that go out here and give it 100% all the time. And sometimes they make it look easy, but they're the first guys up on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and they're getting after it in practice all the time. So it's really not a surprise to see these great results.
Sure, and we'd all like to know, who do you have at home here?
This is Lauren, and this is Danny from Adaptive Hockey in Fort Lauderdale. And a bunch of our players go out on a regular basis and skate with them and play hockey with them. So we were lucky today we got Lauren to join us.
Oh, so special. Awesome. You know, for you personally.
Graduate, Danny.
Amen.
Yes.
How does this one feel for you?
I'm awesome. Feels awesome. I don't know, FAU alumni and a big fan of this team. It's awesome, and I wish them a lot of good luck to Nationals, and let's bring that cup again.
How good does it feel now? 2 championships in 2 years, eh?
Yeah. This team's great. The camaraderie, the teamwork, everything from the coaches to the players to the staff, and as well as the fans. It's awesome.
So wonderful. Congratulations to all of you guys, and celebrate big. We'll see you guys in St. Louis, okay? Thank you, Mark. Congratulations to the Owls, and let's see if we can catch up with some more guys
Dev,
here.
Go check in. I think Steven's left the ice, but you got a bunch of guys there with the trophy.
You know who I'd like to talk to? This guy's always a good interview, isn't he?
Hey, guy.
Rocco Bruno, congratulations on Goaltender of the Year, but want to ask you about this. Your relationship with Gunnar Stevens, we know so tightly. How proud are you of his effort as a senior getting to hoist that trophy and getting the win in that?
Can I curse on this?
No. I prefer you don't. And that's for another time.
Gunner's a effing animal. What a game out of Gunnar Stevens tonight. I mean, absolutely just a stunner tonight. I mean, you know, he's back there before the game. He's getting locked in. You know, I couldn't be more proud of my goalie partner, honestly. He came in, he did his job, and he put up a hell of a show. And, you know, I mean, there's nothing better than look at that smile at the end of the day, right?
Dude, absolutely. Smiles all around. Like, you're part of a winning culture. You have built this program into being back-to-back years you're hoisting titles. And I know there's more on the line. What is it about this team, this program, that has sustained a winning culture?
We don't quit, in all honesty. The biggest thing about this year is we have a great group of guys. We know what it took to win a national championship last year. We're just not going to quit this year. The biggest thing for us is, especially, you know, going into nationals in St. Louis, 5 games in 5 days. We're really looking to take home some more hardware. I mean, this feels great and all, but at the end of the day, the national championship is what we're really after.
Last thing for you, Rocco. I know you're a guy that likes to celebrate. Will we see you in any special places this week?
Yeah, me and you are going to the Standard. We're going to go see Meredith McCarthy. She's awesome.
There you have it.
We're going to go see Meredith at Standard Boca.
Hey, Lewis, you got anything on that note?
Yeah, tell Rocco I love him. He's the best. We're going to got Anthony Campagna is going to talk to you, too. One of our teammates when we went to France, Rocco, Anthony, a couple of the other FAU boys.
He's talking about Anthony Campagna. I wanted to say first he loves you. And second, all of the European boys, how much fun you had in Anthony Campagna. Talk to me about just him as a captain and former captain, but really on this team, about him as an emotional leader.
Yeah, Bim's as hard as they come. I mean, that guy's, you know, he's got a really good mentality, especially when it comes to, you know, playing the game, and just, you know, he's got a great outlook on life. The guy amazes me every day. We hit the beach all the time, and you know, I love hanging out with Bim. Bim's a great guy. I love Lewis too. Lewis, you're awesome.
Me too. Thanks, buddy.
So, congratulations, Rocco. Thank you. Go celebrate this one.
All right, Anthony Campagna, the senior, moving back to Long Island, guys.
Bimmer.
How are you, man?
Congratulations. Wonderful.
Thank you.
We're live here on College Hockey South YouTube. Post-championship, I know the journey for you has been long. M3 captain, you came back to this M2 team here in the Echo and wanted a championship. Just how much does this mean for you, your family, and the journey you've been on?
Yeah, it means everything. It's just, like I said, it's tough battles at times in life, and as you creep up and you get better, you become eventually just things happen. Just things happen, man. That's pretty much it. Just the right things happening at the same time, and you just got to pray that everything goes right.
You know, Louis DiPaolo was complimenting you on the European trip and how much you were able to take away. What did you learn in Europe about yourself and playing with the team? And did you bring anything with you that contributed in your play in this championship?
Yeah, definitely. Playing with some top players in the CHS, it really helps your game. It helps your confidence, and it makes me a better player overall, and it helps our group along the way. And yeah, I can't be any more grateful for that France experience, man. It was amazing. Just such a great group of guys. Amazing time. It was great.
He also learned how to duct tape a bag to get it back to the United States.
He said you also learned how to duct tape a bag to get it back to the United States.
Yeah, we had a little broken bag incident, so we got that straightened out. Thanks. Shout out Lewis there. Yeah, it was great.
So he's a senior accounting major. He's moving back to New York. I think he starts his job pretty soon.
Yeah, senior, you're an accounting major. You start your job pretty soon?
Yeah, it's like I said, I give it all to God. Thank God for the opportunities and just doing the right things. And like I said, this is the last dance, and just happy to be here, make the best of it, and just win a natty. That's all we could do, right?
Well, you're going back to Nationals and an opportunity in St. Louis. Congratulations. We'll see you there, and enjoy this one.
Thank you, Dev. Appreciate it, man. Thank you.
Anthony Campagne, emotional leader. Louis DiPaolo. Craig Minervini, guys, this has been such a special night, a special tournament on the M2. Credit to all of the volunteer staff, everybody on the broadcast, to the front office, to this FAU team for putting on a great tournament. Our spectacular host in Coral Springs, the Panthers IceDen. Guys,
want to get
we got a little bit more
Newendike?
here to go. You know what? That'd be a good word, right?
Yes.
Talking to Joe earlier.
You got the mic. You can interrupt him.
Yeah, well, hey, Mr. Newendike, excuse me. I'm sorry to pull you away from your friends here, but guys in the booth want to talk to you. You're a star. They got a chance to talk to Joe, and so much pride between you and your family. We know the ability you had to come down here. You brought a spark to this team that seemed like just they rolled with in the second semester. How much fun has it been for you to come to FAU, be part of this program, and now win a championship?
Yeah, it's been such a blessing coming down to Florida from Buffalo. Just enjoying the weather, enjoying the guys on the team. Everyone's such a good person, and I'm having so much fun playing on the team with the guys.
When you traveled to play here, did you ever envision, we know it's ACHA club hockey they call it, did you ever envision it being this good of hockey and this much fun?
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't going to originally play, but then I watched the guys play the first weekend, and I got the itch again, so I wanted to hop out and join the guys. So, yeah, that's about it.
Wonderful stuff, and I know being new to the league, you know what's on the line. At Nationals, St. Louis, you're going to see players just as good as this Tampa team and then some. You know, how much do you take into your game preparing, and how confident are you in this group's ability?
Yeah, I'm super confident in the guys. I think we got such a good group, and we really connected the last couple of months. I got no worries. I think we'll be good, and we're going to have fun.
Alrighty. Guys, Craig Minervini, Louis, you guys talked to his father. Anything down here for Jackson we can
No, I was just wondering what his dad said to him after the game, because his dad said they don't really talk too much breakdown, but what they
Sure.
chat about?
I want to know, what do you and your dad sort of chatter about? Maybe you
tonight,
don't break down the
that's just
games as much, but what do you guys talk about your game?
Oh, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Just having fun, honestly. Enjoying the game and not taking nothing too serious. But it's a lot of fun. I really enjoy playing down here, and I'm blessed, very thankful.
Well, we're blessed to watch you on the ice, and for everybody involved, so happy that you're here. Congratulations on your conference championship, and we'll see you in St. Louis. Good luck then.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Jackson. Guys, another FAU Owl, obviously happy but focused on the future, and the future happens in 2 weeks' time. Mid-March, 12th to the 17th, they'll be fighting in pool play for a national title. You know what, guys? I know, hey, you're kind of running the program here, but anybody else on the ice you notice want to talk to?
We're good.
Yeah, I think we're all set. Well,
from
Thank you, guys. This has been terrific. What a game from FAU. And thank you again to everybody watching out there, FAU, Tampa, and abroad. It's going to be a fun time in St. Louis, and hope you enjoy the ride.
All right, guys. Great job down on the ice, Devin. Craig, phenomenal weekend.
Great effort by FAU, Lewis, against this Tampa club. I think they came here with a purpose. Both teams played hard. They weren't looking ahead to nationals, but the FAU really took the spirit, I thought, out of the Spartans. Killing off an early penalty. They got some momentum. They scored that quick goal you talked about when it was 2-1, made it 3-1. And then they kept pouring the pressure on. The game just flipped. It's good stuff for the Owls, not for Tampa. They're going to have to regroup. I don't think it's the biggest deal in the world, but it can shatter your confidence a little bit. I don't think they'll be affected too much, though. They'll go into Natties thinking they can win it, and it should be fun. Maybe we'll have an all-Florida final.
Well, they're two experienced teams. Both of them won the AAU National Championships. They're headed back to St. Louis to try to get an ACHA one. Want to congratulate all this Owls team. They've done a great job. This is the first of many championships. We have 3 more tomorrow on College Hockey South, so make sure you stay here on the College Hockey South YouTube channel. We'll be here all day Sunday. So for Mr. Craig Minorini, thanks. Appreciate it. Devin, we got our camera crew. We got 3 cameras. We got Mitch back there. You guys did a great job. Final score, the FAU Owls 7, Tampa Spartans 2. Congratulations, FAU. Thanks, Visit Fort Lauderdale for putting this program on. Have a great night, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow.